A quick question for you about Omas nibs, such as the Ojiva cocktail. I understand that 18K represents a higher percentage of gold, 75%, than does 14K, 58%. Your numbers, I don't actually know, but that's kind of cool you threw those numbers in there, thank you. Yet the Omas 14 karat nibs are flexible, while the 18 karat nibs are not. Now, gold is usually alloyed with harder metals, true. So at the risk of being thought a doubting Omas, I like that, little play on words there, I must say that I find it puzzling. Why should the nibs with less gold be softer? That's a great question. And if all else was equal, then this logic would hold true. If you had the exact same nib, exact same design, and the only difference was you were using a softer metal, it would be more flexible. And the 18 karat nibs are rather soft from Omas. And what I will say, just stepping out of your question just a little bit, this isn't just an Omas thing. I've actually talked about this separate, like exact scenario with Omas. I've talked about it with Brian Gray of Edison, and I've talked about it with Richard Binder before. So some pretty substantial like nib folk, right? And it's this, I get the same kind of feedback from all of them. So 18 karat gold is softer, that is true, than 14 karat gold, all else equal. However, 18 karat gold, because it is softer, you cannot do the physical modifications that are typically required in order to get more flex out of the nib. So essentially, when you have an 18 karat nib, there's only so much you can do to make it flexible because the metal itself is soft. So if you do the typical modifications that might be done on a 14 karat nib, but on an 18 karat one, it would actually be too soft and it would not have the structural integrity in the nib to be able to withstand usage over time. So you actually need a little bit stiffer metal to be able to be modified, either whether it's thinned out or having pieces carved out of it, like some modification, like Richard Binder's done like some Spencerian nibs where he literally like cuts out the side. There's other nib folks that do custom grinds and things like that that will physically modify nibs, and they need 14 karat nibs to do that because the metal is stronger than the 18 karat. So all else equal, 18 karat would be softer than 14 karat, but for nibs that are specifically to be modified for added flex, they need a 14 karat nib in order to do it. Cool, so I hope that clears it up for you.